What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, check it out. So, once again, folks, the clowns over there at Disney, Star Wars, Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, and all her minions over there, all right, they just don't get it, all right? They show all the time that they don't understand Star Wars fans. They don't know what Star Wars fans are truly looking for. You know, either they don't know or they don't care. Either one is bad, all right? But they don't get it, man. You see this headline by Screen Rant, Star Wars Phantom Menace prequel TV show, all right, talking about the Acolyte, aims to top the iconic Darth Maul lightsaber duel, all right? The next Star Wars TV show is essentially a prequel to the Phantom Menace, and it seems the cast and crew want to top that film's Darth Maul duel. Now, what's the problem with this, you may ask? Here's the problem. Star Wars is not about shiny boxes and shiny lights and jangling keys and lightsaber duels and space battles and all that kind of stuff. That stuff is in Star Wars. That is not what Star Wars is about. All right. That is not what George Lucas was giving us back in the original trilogy when Star Wars became famous and popular to begin with. You got to start at the source of where this stuff is. Like Leslye Headland's been talking a lot about the prequels and the Phantom Menace. And it's like, I think you're starting in the wrong spot, chick. All right. You got to take it all the way back to the original. You got to go back to George. I know she don't like George.
This is like what we understand to be Star Wars. Like the idea that like that only came from George Lucas, that only George Lucas holds the key for what we understand to be Star Wars is just untrue.
But you got to go back to George. Too bad, so sad. You got to start with the original if you want to appeal to the fans, all right? But that's not what this chick is interested in, and she has said this on multiple occasions. The Acolyte is going to reflect the showrunner's queer identity, all right? It's not going to reflect what Star Wars fans are looking for. No, it's identity nonsense, all right? That's what it's going to do, all right? Her real-world experience as a lesbian shines through in the show's what? Creation. So how this show is created is definitely coloring everything about this show, and entertainment is coming last, all right? And entertainment in any show, you know, lightsaber battles and all right? You can have all the lightsaber battles you want to, but the entertainment doesn't come just from a lightsaber battle. It comes from that great storytelling like George Lucas gave us, compelling characters like George Lucas gave us, all right? The classic battle of good and evil like George Lucas gave us. And again, that was all found in the original trilogy. It's like almost a perfect trilogy. You can't go wrong. Little mistakes here, but otherwise, it's great. That's why Star Wars took off the way it did, because of what George gave us. And Disney Star Wars isn't interested in any of that. All they want to give you is the jangling keys and the memberberries, okay? You know, the flash, the style over substance. You know, we want the substance. They want to give you, we're going to top the iconic Darth Maul lightsaber duel. And look, you can't go into this thinking that you're going to top something, all right? You're not going to be able to do it. The fact that you're even trying to do it, the fact that you're even talking about doing it means you'll never do it. Stuff like this is organic. It just happens in the creative process. You know, you got a guy like Ray Park involved with it, and then everybody is locked in. It's like, like I said, the fact that you even want to do it means it'll never happen, you know? You should just make whatever it is you're going to make. Let the fans be the judge of it. All right, let the fans judge if this tops, you know, Darth Maul, Qui-Gon, and Obi-Wan. Let the fans judge that. But yeah, let's go ahead and read through this article and see what these clowns are talking about now. The Acolyte aims to surpass Duel of the Fates in Star Wars lightsaber fights. The cast and crew are determined to create exceptional duels in the new TV show. The High Republic era setting promises unparalleled lightsaber artistry. Who gives a damn? All right. Nobody cares about lightsaber artistry if the story sucks. Nobody will be here to watch your lightsaber artistry because nobody's going to watch this trash show. Again, why? Yeah, because this show isn't about Star Wars. It's about the showrunner's queer identity. All right, because this show isn't about Star Wars. It's about her real world experience as a lesbian shining through in the show's creation. That's why nobody's going to care about this crap. You got to give people something that's Star Wars in order for us to watch whatever it is you're trying to get us to watch, you know? So yeah, you can do all of the lightsaber artistry you want to. Again, you know what this reminds me of? It's literally Rian Johnson talking about playing in the sandbox, you know? Oh, they're playing in the sandbox of Star Wars, okay? We're going to have lightsaber artistry. Like, nobody gives a damn. Give me a story, give me characters, give me that classic good versus evil. Again, we already know she's not going to give us that because she's a villain. She sees herself as a villain. She's going to spotlight the villain, and she's going to try to make the villains look like the good guys, or at least some sort of shades of gray, instead of actually giving us, like, again, what Star Wars gave us originally. Again, that's what we're getting out of this chick. So yeah, all the lightsaber artistry isn't going to matter. 25 years ago, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, aimed to give viewers the best lightsaber fight in the film's history, but Star Wars The Acolyte is hoping to top that. The Phantom Menace ended with one of the most iconic Star Wars scenes of all time as Darth Maul dueled Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Known as the Duel of the Fates, this is generally seen as Star Wars' best lightsaber duel, but the next TV show, The Acolyte, hopes to beat this. They won't. All right, they won't. Again, because they're going in trying to top it instead of just making a good show, good characters. Like, to me, one of the best lightsaber duels is honestly the first Luke versus Vader. All right, there was a lot going on in that entire duel, you know, and then backed up behind that is the second Luke versus Vader. Like, those lightsaber duels mean more to me than, you know, even with the choreography and everything that's going on in Duel of the Fates. And again, I love Duel of the Fates. It's one of the reasons I'm going to go watch The Phantom Menace when it comes back out in theaters. But, you know, to say that, oh, it's the best lightsaber duel, again, to fans that care about the storytelling, you know, I don't care so much about people with their choreography and all that stuff looks great, fine. But it doesn't have the same weight. And that's what we've been missing, you know, with these clowns playing in the sandbox. We've been missing the weight of storytelling and compelling characters, and that's the issue with The Acolyte. The cast of The Acolyte are currently doing the rounds ahead of the show's release in June. Speaking to Entertainment Weekly, Dafne Keen, who plays a Padawan in this series, which is set at a century of before The Phantom Menace, revealed the cast and crew want to top this duel. Yeah, here's what this chick said. Yeah, that was a very frequent conversation we had. It was very much, we want to top the Darth Maul fight. The most iconic fight, I think, in the Star Wars cinematic universe. I hate they even called it a Star Wars cinematic universe. It's just Star Wars, all right? Sadly, now it's Disney Star Wars. It's such an amazing fight, and we're all so excited about the saber fights. There is such a skill and a craft to it that it feels so OG Star Wars and feels so impressive when you see it as a viewer. And I'm going to assume that this chick doesn't understand what OG Star Wars really is, you know, and she's feeling impressed by the choreography. And again, I'm not taking away anything from Duel of the Fates other than, you know, the compelling characters and what we understood about Darth Maul. I mean, it's a great looking scene, but it doesn't really tell us a lot about the story of this character. We didn't get that until the Clone Wars, you know, so there was a lot missing in that. And it seems like there's going to be a lot missing in this show too, because that's where their focus is, you know. Leslye Headland's entire focus has been on the prequels and what George Lucas was thinking at that time, instead of actually going back to the original. Again, you're talking about OG Star Wars. Go back to OG Star Wars. They didn't have all kinds of crazy lightsaber, you know, choreography. You know, they just didn't. It was just very good, you know, character development through the lightsaber battles, you know, which was amazing. This is a high bar to set, but the ambition means the lightsaber duels are sure to be exceptional all the same. Can Star Wars actually top Duel of the Fates? I don't think these clowns can top anything, okay? They can't top anything that Star Wars has done. The Acolyte is said during the High Republic era nobody absolutely cares about, all right? Nobody gives a damn about this High Republic era. A century before the events of the Skywalker saga, a time when the light of the Jedi shone brightly across the galaxy. While the Jedi of the prequels had generally stopped focusing on the quality of their lightsaber fighting, they weren't used to needing to know any more than how to swat back blaster bolts. The Jedi of this era viewed their bladesmanship as an art form. This means lightsaber duels in the Acolyte could well be unparalleled. Now, Disney has been improving lightsaber technology over the last few years, using blades that physically glow, or rather so they cast light and shadow for the cameras to pick up. This initially caused problems because the batteries were heavier and made the lightsabers harder to maneuver, but those issues were resolved for Ahsoka. The Acolyte's lightsaber fight should be uniquely fluid as a result, and at the least, they should be the best seen in Disney Star Wars today. Well, at least they called it Disney Star Wars, right? At least they did that. Yeah, I don't care about lightsaber technology, okay? I don't care that they've improved. Have you improved the storytelling, Disney, all right? You've been doing all of this lightsaber technology. Have you improved the storytelling, all right? Have you improved that? No, I don't care about the lightsaber technology. I don't care about this phony attempt to try to outdo Duel of the Fates. You'll never do it anyway. Again, they're just heads are all in the wrong places. You know, give us the good stories, and then after that, give us the lightsaber battles, all right? Give us great lightsaber technology. Give us all of that stuff after you get the storytelling right. Like, Andor is still the best thing that Disney Star Wars has ever produced. Not one damn lightsaber in the first season. There's questions about whether, what's his name? Luthen Rael, Stellan Skarsgård's character might be a Jedi in disguise or whatever. There's questions about that. Maybe he busts out a lightsaber in the second season of Andor. But like, honestly, I don't care. Okay. I don't care. I don't necessarily need lightsabers to make the story good. The lightsaber doesn't do anything. You know, again, it's flashy lights, it's jangling keys, you know, everything but good storytelling. That's Disney Star Wars. That's the problem. You know, so anyway, yeah, this is a giant nothing burger. You know, I don't think they're going to outdo it anyway, because their heads are all in the wrong places, you know, when it comes to this thing, you know. Yeah, Darth Maul, this scene was great, okay? It was amazing. Double-bladed lightsaber taking on two guys, you know, the choreography of Ray Park put together. I mean, it was amazing to look at. You know, but again, I still say that there was something lacking in this because the character of Darth Maul, you know, wasn't properly developed. And so we really had no sense of what we were losing with Darth Maul. We wanted him to be developed. We kind of felt cheated, you know, after he's dead. Oh, man, you know, and of course he comes back in the Clone Wars. But we kind of felt cheated, like we don't really know who this character is, you know, so it lost all of that, you know. Despite the great choreographies, you know. So anyway, folks, I just think this is, again, showing how wrong-headed Disney Star Wars is. They put all of their focus in the wrong things, you know. Either they focus on ideology, they focus on the memberberries, they focus on the jangling keys, nothing about the stories that we fell in love with back in the 70s and the 80s, you know. And they need to go back to that if they want to resurrect this franchise. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.